initiative goes through stages of
Yeah.
going through -10 each time.
Mm-hmm.
So the security guard is going to go on 2 once I do my going on 5.
Yeah. That's how it works.
No, I was asking if there was a third person. That's what I thought was being
there's
indicated.
no.
Yeah, just going to meet my way right through that glass door with my burden in hand. Take him over here.
Well, it's a barrier 5. How are you going to break the door?
Kool-Aid time.
Kool-Aid time, basically. Yeah, with my strength of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, punch it. Or sword it, or shoot it, or whatever it is you're going to do.
I'll punch it.
Okay. Yeah. You break one of the doors, collapses, right? Most of this is time to take ballistic impact, and you just punch it with your cyber arm, so you were able to break it. But this is an iron gate. And he's coming out, shooting. He keeps on shooting. I'll take another shot.
And now he's got recoil. Probably.
Yeah, he has recoil. So that's -1. So he's doing 10 points of damage. Actually, no, he misses because he has 2 recoil.
That much die?
Yeah, but he has -2 recoil, so yeah.
Yeah, recoil compensation. There you go.
Yeah, he shoots wild, but now everybody's here, and you can hear like people, because there's multiple inlets in the balconies. You hear like sounds like people are staring down. What the hell's going on? Right? Top of the order. What are you gonna do about this crate? It's made of metal. So it's gonna be,
If I'd only brought my Ares Mono sword with me, that might have done it. But what kind of things can Strength 10 routinely do? Like, would that be enough to possibly, go D&D 1E and bend bars open gate?
Are you saying like you have 10 strength as the attribute, right?
Yes.
That's the attribute.
A normal person has 2.
Yeah, you could probably break the law, but it's gonna be different. So it's gonna be a threshold. You could
snap a troll in half.
Yeah, threshold 2, and this one is 8. Have to score 10 or better.
All right.
This is a security grade. It's designed to prevent not only normal people from doing it, but cyber people.
So close.
Yeah, and you hear the sparks like, and this guy's like, stop, put the man down. But of course he keeps firing with his. Actually he's reloading.
Stop, or I'll continue to shoot.
He's gonna take a reload in order to not have recoil keep stacking on him and keep missing. So your turn now.
Alright, let's punch the door again. I rolled 10 before. Does this stack with last roll with damage done, or is it like got an
it's an extended too. So with this one, you like and kind of wrap it. You slide it out. You don't tear it away. So you basically just break the mag lock and slide it. And now the security guard is going to open fire one more time. No recoil this time around. So 10 damage, 11 damage. You have to soak 10. Yeah.
I have forearm guards. I don't know if they'll protect. That was my last roll, but that was the
5, 7, 10. Yeah.
That was the armor clothing, and no, that should have been the line coat. But I rolled less dice and got a good result, so I'm good with it. I don't need to roll the rest.
Yeah. You managed to soak it up, but yeah, this guy eventually he's probably gonna hit something stuff, and you hear in the distance like sirens are coming. So you probably better run all the way to the truck unless somebody.
That was a plan.
Close. Yeah.
It's a Roadmaster, thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't find a Roadmaster, so we're using this.
No, I'm saying truck. It's like, I don't know.
The Cybertruck, of course.
It's an armored personnel carrier, thank you.
So I don't know how fast we can run, but heading for our vehicular devices.
This keeps defaulting to be always meters. So you get aboard the vehicle, you throw him in the back, and you take off into the night. And you hear, again, gunfire hits the outside of the truck, but doesn't do anything. Like, okay, now you have this guy, right?
Can I make a quick call to Blank?
Sure.
And he's like, "What the fuck?
Like-
What the fuck you people doing?"
Picks up again. He's going to be in the middle of acting and answering the call at the same time.
Turns out
Because
it was
you
just
do
a
that,
really
that's-
good. It was a really good moment to call because you were in a moment where you were supposed to receive a call. So it just, what's that man doing with the phone on set? Wait, hold on, keep recording. This is working.
Right. I can answer it in my brain.
Blank, we've committed an extraction. Is there any way you can change the records of who was extracted from the security systems of the building we just extracted from?
Not immediately. It'd probably take me another 4 hours to set that up, and I'm still on work here. I got like another 3 hours.
I mean, it probably would be very important to the entire job. I mean,
Speed challenge is what we're doing here, then.
did you eat anything from the cart? Like I don't know, apple Danish or something?
They called it strudel, but yeah, I had one of those earlier.
Yeah. Those are notoriously filled with. Sorry, cholesterol is the only word coming to my head. They're notoriously. Look, those people don't wash their hands. You're gonna get sick, okay?
Alright, I'm gonna finish up with this scene and I'll see what I can do.
Is that Blank?
And at that, this sprite that was around you previously, giving you instructions, and helping you out, completely vanishes. Trash boat.
Uh-oh.
Immediately dismissed.
Okay. Alright.
So okay, you're here, and you can see in the distance like the police car is turning around with lights, and something's happening. What are you gonna do? What's your next step? Because this guy in the back is just screaming like, "What?" Screaming bloody murder. He's scared. He doesn't know what the hell's going on.
Trash boat, you got 3 stars. Try to give him to 1.
What's your plan?
Okay, where are we going? Because I don't know where I'm going without that little thingy.
Well, you're currently being
and also,
tracked
can
by
someone-
the LAPD, so probably get them off your ass first.
Alright, bastard buddy, can you, help our friend stop screaming? I need to use all of my mental willpower and reflexive cunning.
We're doomed.
Yeah, probably added something else to that.
You hear that, buddy? You should stop screaming and start praying.
You know what?
That's a great idea.
I'll handle the mark. You just
Are you
make
gonna
sure that we
intimidate
all
him?
don't get killed.
Try roll for intimidation. Try intimidating.
Well, who?
Who's intimidating who?
I wasn't.
That would be that bastard trying to intimidate the guy. It's like basically in his state of mind, that sounds like how can I say this? I'm thinking in Spanish right now, like a threat. So are you trying to intimidate him or not? Because he's not calming down. Now he's even more scared.
Honestly, just putting a hand over his mouth will be fine.
Focus on the road. Stop talking to us.
I'll take care of that and see if that'll quiet him down. Putting the hand over his mouth.
Stop. Who the hell are you?
Okay, what's going on here? Who's doing
I
what?
don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm trying to shake the police off. I think that's where we're going
Okay.
here. I don't think I'm worrying about direction anymore. I think I was just told get the police off, and I'm like, I bet that I can do.
My thing is, I would try to calm the guy down, but you've told that bastard to roll intimidation twice. I figured he was been prepping a roll this whole time.
I was looking for it, but I don't think I have that skill, so I was just gonna let what I said be what I said and not try to put the force of dice behind it.
Okay. So, what is Paya doing?
Yeah, no, I've tried to talk this guy through the entire scenario that he's in right now. I realize he's screaming and everything like that, but sometimes when you're in a situation where you don't understand and everything's scary, having somebody tell you what's going on and what to do next can be reassuring and calming. I know it's true from a medical scenario, so I'm hoping it's true from a
So what?
whatever
What do you
this is.
tell him? Okay, go ahead. Tell me what you're gonna tell him. 'Cause he's nervous.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
one
No,
guy
I mean,
who ripped
it's
up doors. He got shot at. You know.
Yeah, no, I'm saying this is your extraction. This is what you've requested to be done. We've already deposited the money, has been said. So the next step is that we're going to lose the LAPD, and from there we will head to a safe house from which we will, I guess, set up a new life for you so that you can then escape from here. And in which case we will make the transaction we previously agreed upon. I'm assuming that I'm like crouched down in a seat like this, and every so often, boom, my head. That's we're speeding along on roads that weren't meant to be sped along.
Crackboat, do a driving.
Yeah, baby, let's go. I get to roll some dice.
Pilot ground vehicle.
That is a 3.
This is going to be opposed because the LAPD is following. Yeah, they're behind. Well, no, the LAPD is Night Errant. That's who was answering the.
Yeah, I know. It's the LA maps are the first thing that came to mind. LAPD.
You're gaining distance. You're opening the distance, but you're going through the streets because Irvine is a medium-sized city, right? Are you going to try to hide here? Are you going to try to go to the highway and go back to LA? Where are you going to go? What's the plan?
Honestly, I feel like Crashboat is like a back roads kind of guy. I feel like he's not a huge fan of the highway. I feel like he'd probably try and use the streets to his advantage and throw him off. The problem is, this is a huge car. It's not used. It's not his normal little sedan. So I don't know how well that'll work, but I think that's his instinct.
Handling of 3.
Handling rating.
Handling of 3.
Yeah. So that's the limit.
It's got a pilot of 3, speed of 3, acceleration of 1, body of 18, armor of 18, 8 seats, sensors 3.
I do think
So
if you rig yourself in, you could increase that limit, but I'm not certain exactly.
Yeah. So now,
And by the way, it is a truck. I take everything I said back. It's under the category of trucks.
yeah. I had an animated GIF that to put you in the highway, but I'm not gonna load that right now. It's waste too much time. Anyway, so you try to go back to do another roll for me. Limit 3. Another pilot run again.
It's another one.
I can give you instant. Yeah, they're gonna roll.
What does the pilot stat mean in this respect?
Pilot means you are piloting the vehicle.
No, I mean of the vehicle. The pilot stat of the vehicle.
I think that's how many people operate it.
I don't think it takes 3 people to drive a truck.
No. It's a limit to maneuverability. How good the higher the maneuverability, it puts a physical.
I thought that
limit
was the
on
handling.
The handling, yeah.
No, I'm talking
No,
about the pilot.
actually, no. The pilot is that if you want it to pilot automatically, because all vehicles have a little bit of AI on them. If you're not, you're gonna go, okay, I'm hands off, then the vehicle will drive itself.
Yeah, in this case, Trashboat will be making his skill check, however that's set up, and he'll have the limit of the handling of the vehicle plus his control rig rating for the limit.
Well, if it's plugged in, yeah, he's just sort of like,
I assume that would be the preferable way to do it.
yeah.
My control rig rating is 2.
Alright, so it goes from 3 handling to 2 just because you're taking direct control of it with your brain.
Yeah, he hates doing this shit, but also it's very stressful. So like,
Wouldn't that be
we're
worse?
getting out of here.
Going from 3 handling to 2, isn't that worse?
3 plus 2.
You said 3 to 2, so that's
Yeah.
Sorry,
sorry.
my bad. It is a total of 5.
Total of
I knew
five,
what you
yeah,
meant.
It's better. So yeah, you leave them behind. Are you okay? Now that you lost them in the streets, where are you gonna?
What is the
What's your plan?
shittiest? What is the shittiest neighborhood in Los Angeles?
Here, let's just go to the scrapyard if you want somewhere shitty to go.
Well, no.
Yeah.
I have another house, but it's
Ooh.
I want to go to the shittiest of my houses, which is in the
Got you.
shittiest part. So
Yeah, it'll probably
Turn
be
the
in
corner,
the
trash boat's just like, oh, this is my
probably in
neighborhood.
the valley.
I live right across the road, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, you in the valley. That is probably the worst place. Nobody likes to live in the valley.
yeah, I'm gonna go to John Dingle's house, which is my 3rd tier identity.
That doesn't sound fake at all.
Well,
It takes you about 45 minutes. You get out of the line, you take the number 5, and then switch over to the 101. Actually, you can take the 5 all the way to the valley.
Well, John Dingo lives in a rundown trailer, so...
Yeah, I mean, it was an old suburb when people started hating the valley, and now this place. It's no bueno. It's no good. It's rundown houses that are like 20 or 30 years. Needs a worth of renovation. Most of them are not very well painted. Used to be a middle class suburbs before our colleges took over, but now it's just a bit of a wasteland. And so you come in and you stop in front of the oh, by the way, you do your what are you gonna do? You try to calm him down. It's not gonna be a con. It's not gonna be intimidation. So it's gonna be performance.
I impersonate his father. Someone.
Yeah, that's good enough. And he calms down quite a bit.
How'd you know?
Like, okay, fine. If you can get me out of this, whatever, I'll give you whatever I have.
I mean, technically, you're kind of already out of it. Now we just have to survive getting out of it, and I think we're doing that already.
I mean, get out of the.
Look, you gave us the task. Get you out of the building.
Yeah, that's not.
Look, man, you gotta.
You do realize
you gotta know what you want when you rub the bottle, okay?
You do realize that now I'm automatically flagging the system and whatever.
Yeah. We gotta get you. Look, how do you like the name Dingle?
I don't like the name Dingle.
Well, that's a real fucking shame, isn't it?
Dingleberry?
No, John Dingle.
Drat. Not quite as funny.
I hope you like your new life as a janitor.
No, what I'm saying is, you said you wanted my ID, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Well, that's invalid, right?
Yeah, I understood that. That's really why I was hoping that we could get that other guy working.
So I mean, he just empties his pockets and is like, listen, this is all I have. I don't know who you people are, but clearly you're not working for any agency doing any fucking investigations. I don't know. And he just sits down and there's like a rock beside the trailer park. There's like big, it's in the desert, so it's a big rock, and it's just like, oh god, this is not how I spend.
Look, man, it's gonna be fine, alright? I sit down on the rock next to him.
I lost everything!
To be fair, you didn't have that much to begin with, and you were actually being investigated. I didn't make that part up.
And hey, it could be worse. You could be me. You really gotta think about that. Wait,
who the fuck are you?
Who's driving the truck?
Exactly. Remember to rate me 5 stars, by the way. Whatever that means. I just hear people say that.
Anyways, again, back to what we were just saying. You were actually being investigated. We didn't make that part up. Your life was going to get a lot worse before it got better. So I really want you to take that into account when you think about where your life's going. So maybe now is the time to really consider what your options are. And no, you think there are no options for you. Think of it this way, your life has never been more open to you than it is right now.
Yeah, sure. Open like an empty bottle.
In fact, yes, that's true. Open like an empty bottle, because it can be filled with anything. Not the piss that your life was before.
Oh,
I had a...
Yeah, you had a job that was investigating you for... You don't understand.
Okay, what do you want from me? You got me out here. What do you want from me?
I'm going to be honest with you, we already got everything we wanted from you. I'm just trying to calm you down, to help you take stock of your life. I'm doing this on my own because I feel like you need someone to talk to.
That's worthless.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. Let's go get back in the truck.
No, I mean the thing, if you want my ID, they just already probably canceled my ID already.
No, I understood that. I understood that the moment that this guy ran through a door. I understood that completely. I'm just saying that I'm just trying to talk to you person to person, not as somebody who's trying to accomplish a task anymore. But if you're too upset to talk, I could leave you out here in the shittiest part of Los Angeles alone.
I mean, okay, fine. I guess I can be a janitor or something. I mean, it's not like I never mop a floor in my life.
It's a starting point. You know what, actually? Are you any good at killing pests?
What?
I have the side business, and I don't actually have any employees right now. And it probably pays a bit more than a janitor, and I tell you what, I would never lock you in a high-rise or whatever the fuck that place was. And it'd probably pay you a bit more, too.
I'm a refrigeration tech, man. If you have AC you want me to fix, I can do that. I mean...
Okay, you know, wait. I know that a refrigeration tech has to be certified to be able to handle specific chemicals, because that shit is deadly. So I know that you're at least partially certified to be able to handle noxious chemicals. I did large appliance. I in real life did large appliance repair for a long time, so I do know.
No, he said that when you see noxious chemicals, he's like, huh?
Yeah, Freon is a noxious chemical that's harmful to human beings, which means you have to be licensed to be able to handle it, which means that you also know how to dispose of and use noxious chemicals, which can be useful in the elimination of pests in the home.
I guess?
It's tangential, but it applies, and now that you're free, you really need to be able to spin the tangential parts of your life to make it really work for you. Look, I'm trying to offer you a hand here when you're drowning, so the least you can do is try to help yourself.
Okay, so you're offering me a job? I'm
offering you a job with a better pay than a janitor.
Yeah. Of course I can't pay my...
Of course not.
Okay, fine.
You get paid by credit stick.
Yeah,
here, I'm going to reach it in my pocket, and, hold on. What's the rating? I think it's platinum, but I probably give him a platinum. It's not platinum. What is the rating on my credits? It is platinum. I'll give him a platinum credit stick.
That's the greatest you have.
Oh, nothing. But it's a way to get and transfer money without, being tracked. That way I could pay him under the table if so need.
Okay.
It just means that the platinum is just how much the credit stick can contain in it.
Yeah. He knows that. He's okay, fine. It's like puts it, automatically just puts it in the pocket. Okay. So I'm out here. No pest control. Sure. You kidnapped me so that you could get.
I mean, to be fair, we didn't really kidnap you. We liberated you. The fact that you are now free and have nowhere to go is on you.
Okay.
Kidnapping supposes that I was going to keep you for something. I literally just said we would leave you here if you didn't want to come with us.
Yeah, that doesn't give me a lot of options. Like, you do understand if you put a gun to someone's head, it goes like, well, I give you the option not to shoot you. That's not really much of an option.
Well, I'm not really holding a gun to your head, am I?
Well, I'm stuck out here in the middle of the desert, or well, it's not the desert, just the valley.
No, we're on I don't know. I assume we're on the edges of LA,
which is worse. Which is kind of.
I mean, really, the
company. You hear like a lady, like an old lady, shouting to someone, and the dog barking, and then from somewhere else, like, "Shut up, Martha!" It's like, yeah, this is that kind of neighborhood. Like,
I know. I literally asked for the worst place in LA, so yeah, I knew where John Dingle's house was. I'm just saying. It is also paid extra for safe and obscure, so it is the best place to be in the worst place to be.
Now, as the GM, you got him out. What are you gonna do? I mean, what does this guy give you?
Oh, right now, absolutely nothing. I mean, that's why I called blank the moment we started going down the road, in the hopes that he could, do something to their system that would, change the identity of the person who got kidnapped, so that they would think Quadre got kidnapped, and that this guy's information would still be valid because of everything you literally just said. That his information is now worthless to us. So literally my hopes are entirely on Griffin being able to do something.
Yeah, Griffin, about an hour or so later. You're getting
to a larger break. It's like lunchtime or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit down.
Yeah, midnight too, yeah. So it's like you get another call.
Who's the call from this time?
Yeah, I believe.
What?
Oh.
I called him on the car ride
yeah,
already.
he called me earlier.
I called him immediately.
Right. Yeah, but we're going back to that call.
Oh, you said an hour later, so I assumed that you meant...
Yeah.
And then afterwards, all right, gonna need 5 for the bathroom, just head to the bathroom, sit down on the toilet, and just the AR or full VR. So this will probably take about a whole 30 seconds real time. I'm going to go ahead and compile a brand new sprite because I'm going to need it. This is going to be a crack sprite. Damn, it's got a lot of tasks. I wish I could keep it. That is 6 damage it does, and I resist 3. I have taken 3 stun damage. I'm now down -1 die. Yep, that's fine. I have a level 6 sprite and a level 4 sprite. We're going to do the same thing we did last time, swapping grids, getting closer, and I'm going to go ahead and do some hack on the fly. So they're going to roll their assists first. So, first one is going to be 12. Second one is going to be 8. So that's an additional 10 dice. So let's see. So I have an additional 10 with +2. Is that right? Making sure I got my stats right for hack on the fly. Yeah, hacking logic. Limit would ordinarily be 4. Now it's 14 because of the assistance. And +2 because I'm in hot sim. I'm going to go ahead and subtract 4 to get 2 marks like I did last time. Right, so I'm rolling hacking. That is 5 successes, and the host will go ahead and roll its roll, which is basically just 2 times its device. So 8 again, I think, or was it 10?
Yeah, 8 was 10.
Okay.
Only gets 1, 2, 3 successes.
Okay, so I'm in. I got some Overwatch running. I don't even care. But I'm in immediately. The registered sprite fades, so I just got the 1 left. And then I'm going to work my magic. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the same file I found last time. Should I roll perception to try to find it again?
You know where it is. You know, because you don't have the tag anymore, so you have to always look at. That's how the rule works. Yeah.
So let me go ahead and scroll down to computers.
Yeah, you always have to tag everything every single time.
Here we go. So quick search to try to find it.
Yeah.
4.
You do know, again, you go back to the streets, like I described earlier, you know, the building, the center, like the Capitol Records building, but also looks like a stack of ancient hard drive disks. You see a lot more cops, 1950 cops, with their pistols, and they're looking around, and you hear even the barking of dogs, and the virtual versions of the people are being shoved into their homes, like, see, sir, ma'am, please stay inside your house. We're doing a search of the area.
Mm-hmm.
They don't see
so
you.
They
right
have
now.
a search, and they could try to find me versus like my ability.
Yeah, because
to be
one of the things is, and you know that anytime there's a breaking or an employee gets removed from the company physically, that sends an alarm. Right? They were already expecting someone to come in.
Right, they're expecting me now. But I've hacked in, I haven't triggered an alarm yet, things are going pretty okay, and if I can do this in the next 6 seconds, I'm out.
And you can literally see as they hold up their flashlights, those are the search, like when they turn around, you can see almost in the matrix, you can see like the pattern of search, right? So yeah. On one hand, that's easy to track their movements relatively to you in virtually, but on the other hand, you know that they're searching for someone.
Right, exactly. And even if they do find me, they're going to be delayed because I have my crack sprite with me. So, found or not, doesn't even matter to me. Well, it maybe matters if they figure out I was here just now. 4 successes to find the file again. I think that probably ought to do it.
Yeah,
it
you
wasn't
know what
exactly
you're
the most
for.
secret file last time either.
Yeah, no. And also, you already know what you're looking for, so it's, you know.
Right. So, we're going to go back to editor, and let's see. I can go ahead and set the level, and I'm going to go ahead and set it to be a level 3. That is 2. I take 1 more point of stun damage, but I believe there's no opposition roll to editor. Editor just happens. Oh, editor is contested by int plus data. I should probably actually have rolled higher for that. Alright, so I've taken 1 stun damage and not actually accomplished my goal because it is refused to be edited.
Yeah, and that sets an alarm. That sets your alarm 1 level higher.
Actually, you mean Overwatch? This is a magical ability or technomancer ability, which doesn't normally trigger anything.
Okay.
Unless they had someone looking, I suppose.
They are because they know that they kidnap an
Right.
employee.
In
and you're
this
going
case, you would
through
make like a matrix perception check.
Yeah.
And you
So
would
that would
probably
be-
notice that there's someone who has marks on it that isn't necessarily allowed.
the 1, 2, 3. What's your stealth? Are you doing stealth rating? What's your stealth rating?
Stealth rating, good question. What is the
Back to roll.
opposition to that? That's one thing I forgot to actually look up. Whoops. Let's go find it real quick.
So I have three. My target number is against your stealth. You know.
Let's see. I got a Matrix. Where's Matrix actions? User modes. Sim. Or do I have it running silent? Oh, oppose test. Logic plus sleaze. That's what I'm rolling here.
Your sleeves.
Alright. So my logic is 4, my sleaze is 4. There we go. 2 successes against.
Yeah, I got 3. So you can see one of the guards like swing the
Yeah,
and
so
now
you
here-
can choose
you-
what
you
they
hear that?
noticed.
They noticed that the attempted attack.
Mhm.
So essentially, the scene shifts, and you were kind of in an office, like a PI's office, and you were trying to go through the files, and then you see a guard that's coming out. Right, it's the light sweeps the other side. They open the door, and you're hiding, and they're going over, and they notice that the file drawer is open. And
Yeah.
they kind of do a guard thing where they pick the radios, like, and it looks like an old fashioned, actually they go to the desk where there's a phone. It's like, yeah, yeah, we're gonna need some backup. We have a break in. Yeah, that's the guy.
Yep. And as they're
And
doing
keep
it, it's like,
searching.
why is there weird static here? Because
Yeah.
it's depressed. So I have 3 combat turns, plus however long it would normally take them to launch ice. So if you want, we could go ahead and roll initiative to see how many actions I get, or I could just go ahead and just do this 3 times and see if it works.
Do it 3 times.
Yeah, because I'll be
Good.
out of
Come on.
here before then.
Mhm.
Alright, so knowing this, I'm going to go ahead and edge this test, which means I'm going to go ahead and roll 2 extra dice and reroll 6s. I'm going to pump it up to 6 this time because I really want it to work. Already got 4 successes. And edge should be an extra 2 dice. 2. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 6s, so I'm rolling 4 more dice. 2 more 6s. There we go. 4, 5, 9. It has to beat 9.
Okay. I did not beat. Only got 3
Alright. I can do 6 different edits. I believe one of the requests was actually to delete this guy's information at this point. Was that
Okay,
correct?
No, repeat that. Yes. What exactly you want him to do? What do you want this by a one blank to do?
I was about to not correct him and let him fuck everything up just for the sake of. Yeah, I did what you wanted. He's deleted.
Yeah.
What? He's
This is
fucking
me
deleted.
trying to keep my brain on track, so I'll just hit you up. Theta, what did you say earlier?
Oh, what I was asking you to do before was to replace him, the records of who actually got escaped, with somebody else. So that his information would still be valid for us, while it would be on the track for somebody else.
Okay, so
you know-
one edit, swap information. Second edit, go ahead and delete the previous records I made. Third edit, I'm going to go ahead and start adding in more files. So that's like another 4 fake employees that we can throw in.
Or one of the fake
I mean, could
employees.
you, could you not swap the who actually escaped with one of your fake employees?
Yes.
Because, you don't want someone who's actually there. It's like, they didn't escape, they're right here.
Yeah, so
You
we'll
do
say I
know
have 3
that-
fake
that-
employees I can use.
That will work, but remember that also the building that they own the building, so they're gonna check. They can check physically. So
They'll
it's gonna
eventually
work.
figure it out because they
Yeah,
have real
you
people
get-
thinking about it in their brain.
We don't need
you'll
it to
get
work
anywhere
forever.
You need between 12 to 72 hours at most. And I give you 72 hours because of general corporate incompetency.
Right. it won't last forever. It is a quick band-aid that I literally throw a band-aid on in the Matrix. I go, job here is done, slam, close the filing cabinet, get out, completely reboot, and I'm gone, and I dismiss my sprite. And I am absolutely exhausted. I have 9 stun damage, I'm at -3s, I'm coming back from the bathroom just huffing.
What's your
and
total
panting.
stun? Your total stun?
11. I can have up to 11, I'm at 9 out.
Yeah, you would have been knocked out at 11, and any damage after that would have been...
Man, I just found Godo passed out in the back.
No, Godo comes out from the bathroom, sweating, panting a little bit.
You have
while the
addiction,
cameraman
right?
turns and looks like...
Man, must have been one of those apple danishes.
Godo has addiction, right?
Godo is not addicted to anything.
Crashboat does.
Also, I'm the one who has to make a roll to resist when people are doing drugs and having sex around them.
So I'll come back to the shoot, I'm wiping my forehead, someone turns and looks like, wow, yeah, hell of a time in there. Alright, everybody, back to work.
Those apple danishes are a doozy.
Did you wash your hands?
Everybody looks at the strudel table because they know you were packing them on. It's like, hey, can we have a change of this? Let's strudel, more soy cap, thank you.
No, I was promised one of those.
It's okay, I still got one in my pocket.
They just dump them
Pocket
in
strudel,
and
nice.
attract them.
Yeah, 4 hours, stale, wrapped in a napkin, it's gonna be great.
Fuck yeah.
And so I'm going to complete my shift. Quick question to you, Lessons. This is the second day that I've been working across the past 3 days. Would you say these were 8-hour shifts or 10-hour shifts? If it's 10-hour, I'm done for the week.
Yeah, they're gonna do 10 hour because they're gonna get as much as possible from you as possible.
Yeah. Okay. I'm done for the week.
Yeah. Remember, this is Hollywood without the union. Without
Exactly.
The guild. So
that's why I need the lunch break. 2 hours in and then 8 hours of work. Alright, so my mission's done, and I'm going to completely fail to sleep later when the day passes over. So,
And you guys
so you
really gotta
basically-
get hooked up on that sleep for that.
So you basically offer this guy a job, or are you gonna give him your cover identity, or are you going to just offer him a job?
Well, the thing is he has no identity right now and no fake sin. So, God, if I'm gonna be magnanimous about this, I really should give him my 3rd-tier identity.
You can just make a new one, it's fine. Just be like Roger from American Dad.
No, you have to pay for those. Can't.
Because the movie's
the
fine.
The one thing you cannot do in the system rules is use Matrix or things like that. You have to pay hard cash for it.
Yeah, unfortunately, actually, my 3rd-tier identity is connected to a fixer, and I don't want to lose her. Yeah, you know what? I will... For now... I guess I'm talking to him now. For now, you stay here. And...
Yeah? Sure?
Yeah, just stay here, and we'll get you a new identity set up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably preferable that you're not John Dingle. We'll come up with a new one. But yeah, no, the job offer is still there, and we'll get you set up with a new identity in a future date. Obviously, we're kind of tied up right now with something that we're doing.
Okay. Is there a bed or something inside I can crash into?
Of course there's a bed. It doesn't look like a normal... Yes, it has everything you need to look like you're living here, which includes a bed.
Hey, what if we called him Garbage Boat and he could be like my granddad?
It's not a name. He would need an actual name.
Oh.
And again, we're not going to give him a name until we can clear one through a fake sin transaction.
Sure. And he sort of wanders in. Now that the adrenaline has crashed, and he's like,
Look, you're still locked down. Like I'm talking at a door right now. You're still kind of locked down, but you're free to wander. I mean, if I come back and you're not here anymore, of your own volition. Yeah.
No, that's fine. I just need to take a nap.
And of course, if you find a better deal, you're by no means obligated to stay around.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate it. He looks more confused than anything else, right? Now that the adrenaline has crashed and he's...
Yeah, it's like a sugar high. It can keep your attention for a little while, but eventually you're gonna hit a crash and it's like talking to a wall. You're not gonna remember what I say anyway.
Yeah. So he basically goes inside, He opens the flimsy door to the trailer, right? The screen door. I was like, and he,
I'll be honest, when
Here,
I was
like-
looking for trailer pictures, I was trying to find a picture with Peacekeeper's trailer without John Cena in it, but I couldn't do that, so... But the picture I have is the picture I have.
actually, your trailer, it's it was an old abandoned Star Tours trailer. You know what Star Tours are?
Yeah.
The company that provides all the trailers for movies.
Mhm.
Well, they didn't survive into the sixth world intact, so they sold all their trailers. And this one happens to be one that it's 80 years old that has been, people have been reusing and fixing. It's so old here that it actually cannot be moved. It has no wheels. It's like buried into the ground. You would need to just repair it.
Oh yeah, no, it had wheels, and the wheels like decayed over time, never got replaced, and then all the horrible things that happened to California and Los Angeles over time. Like, what happens when an area floods, and then all the sediment builds up, and then you just don't clear it away. Yeah, that's the trailer's just sitting in that.
Yeah. The only reason why you can get in is that there used to be like stairs, but now it's so buried into the ground that it's just kind of like just walk in.
I mean, you saw my description. I was trying to paint the most redneck thing ever, but this works. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's in the worst place, but again, it's secure and obscure. So I guess it's being hidden by an overpass in a dark area that can't be seen that well. Because now that I said overpass, I'm thinking, wait, there's tons of people that meander around under overpasses. So
yeah, entire communities under underpasses. So,
I've seen that walking around before. But like I said, this
trailer is the trailer is in an empty lot that used to have a house, and just that house got demolished for some reason, and they just left the empty lot in. So it's like messed up suburban home, and in the middle is an empty lot, and that's what the trailer's at.
Trash boat, take us.
Back.
And
you pack the van. If you know anything about the valley, and you've seen this in a lot of movies, like they have these back areas, sort of alleyways that's where they park their cars and take out the trash and stuff like that connect the houses. That's where you park.
Well, no, we're not staying here. I have another truck here. I call John's piece of shit because it's a piece of shit truck. No, that's what I'm saying to Trash Boat to take us back to where you got this from, because that's Vassal's Voss's home, which is a higher scale home.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you drive off and you leave them in the trailer there, sleeping, I guess.
Oh I'll leave also the prepaid comlink. Like I'll chuck it on the floor or something through.
Oh, he put it in his pocket.
No. I mean, I'm taking mine back.
Oh, okay.
Vassal Voss's personal comlink, I'm taking back and giving him the prepaid one I was making phone calls from before.
Okay. So now it's that bastard and Payether together, and also end of shift later on the day or early in the morning, really very early, very late in the morning. It's end of shift for
and I go to sleep for 8 hours. Horrible.
Because
for my insomnia.
You know that what happens is most of the week it's prep work and the script writers are writing whatever script they're doing, and then on the weekends, usually on a Friday night from like 8 and 9 to like 4 in the morning, that's when they do most of the shooting.
Right. Yeah. So I'm getting paid for literally the time that I'm acting and then nothing else for like 4 days now.
Yeah.
That's my problem now, is that I also have to find time to get back to set.
Yeah. So immediately just collapsing on the face first, into my bed, 8 hours, waking up later.
So where are you all going to meet? And you have to count those 8 hours against at least at the most 72 hours that you have to do whatever you're going to do with that fake ID.
Well, assuming that we do it, that we wait for blank. But if we have 72 hours at most, then yeah. Because I was literally just thinking, what are the chances that these guys can get the job done without me? Because if I go back to work, as I assume I got my 20 hours this week, I got to punch in as well.
That's why I did it earlier in the week.
I mean, you can call your agent and, bullshit him for a little while.
Well, yeah, but I also have a contact who's a studio exec, so even if I have to go over my agent. But I'd prefer not to do that for something that, if it's possible, if these guys can accomplish the task without me.
Well, it depends on how you're going to do it. Now that you have that information, you have an in, I suppose. At least you have the data.
I assume it actually wasn't the thing that Blank is the one who has to go in physically. Wasn't that what we discussed before, that they're cut off or something like that, and they have to get direct tie themselves in?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think at this point,
You're
it's
supposed to
literally...
basically pop a disc, I think.
Well,
yeah, this is a rough sketch of the. Because I couldn't find a map that really fit what I wanted to do. Of the area, of the target.
right, so I think this is the
the
part where Blank can take over the being that guy to go in and do everything that needs to be done, because he's the one who's going to know the most about what actually needs to get done.
Well, remember that the employees get trucked in. They get from the apartments to the office and back again.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to get to that?
Well, here's step one of that. Step one of that is I go to the studio and start working. Blank, you're in control.
Okay.
Tag.
Tag man.
Dang, was in the middle of trying to eat. How do we do this from here? Well, we have a whole bunch of fake IDs. We do just need to get on the bus somehow. And maybe we could just kind of slip in during the morning, honestly. It's not like they are literally escorted by security guard to the bus, I think.
No, but the bus basically picks him up in an underground garage in the apartment.
Right, so we just need to slip into the underground garage.
Okay, how are you gonna? What's your plan to do that?
I don't know. That's not my part of the plan. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna mock up their employee outfit here.
I mean, you can. I mean, this guy was dressed like business casual, so that's not just a moment.
I do have disguise, so that is a possible skill, and I could probably you can actually help us disguise everyone, even if you're not going to be going in yourself. Paella.
But I'm going to be on set.
Well, I mean, if you give us fashion tips, you could at least, send me an assist, I think.
If only I had AR gear. Who knew it was so important?
You don't have AR gear? Man.
You know what? Actually, I might have it on my mask. My ballistics mask. Which is the thing I didn't want to put on talking to people.
Right.
Put it on in the bathroom.
Like a weirdo.
Let's see. My ballistics mask has no AR gear. Nope. I am AR non-existent. So, yeah.
There you go. Trying to get that while it's hot.
Alright. No, that was the entire plan before, though, was that we send you in to physically interact with the media.
Right. Do I actually have hardware? Alright, I got a tiny bit of hardware. Hey, Trashboat, you have hardware, right?
Sometimes. What kind of?
I meant the skill. I meant the skill.
Oh, hardware the skill?
Yeah.
No. I actually didn't even see that when I was making my character. To be honest, this is the first I'm hearing of it.
Really
Otherwise,
important. We can't fix
points into
anything.
it.
Also, it's on me. I have no edge left, and I'm doing something that's in my secondary specialty.
Yeah, somehow I completely noticed this while making my character, and I would have put a lot more points into that and other stuff I really don't need.
At least you
But
can
I
get
did
that
anyway.
first point sheet.
True.
Alright, so as far as getting in, we have our IDs. We just need to get onto the bus. The bus picks them up in their little underground area. We would just need to slip inside. I could maybe try to flash the cams on our way in, so that we can just go ahead and slip on by. Use a little bit of special sauce on it, I guess.
Some flashing orc special sauce. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds great, doesn't it?
I
Grandpa
mean, if
used
you're
to
into
make
that,
it.
absolutely it does. Oh, I'm sure he did.
Had it under the trench coat.
Alright.
Alright, so
Hey there, we're
Okay.
talking about Blank's granddad being a pervert.
Okay.
I don't even know how we got there.
Hey,
Alright.
Griff, what about
we were
my
talking about
100
the
sticky notes?
Oh, all of your sticky notes. Yeah, if I just cover myself with enough sticky notes, no one will know where I am.
No, just put a sticky note over the front of every camera.
Sticky
I got 100 sticky notes, man. We gotta use them.
I mean, I got spray paint if I want to ruin a camera.
I don't ruin it. Somebody has to pay for that.
Good. But yeah. If we can get our disguises on is first step. We get down to the parking garage, and I will edit the cameras on the fly using my special Technomancer power to try to get us down there. And we just need to kind of slip by in case anyone's watching. We get onto the bus. We have our fake employee ID, so we can just ride with everyone. Once we're at the facility, we're employees, we walk into the building. When our shift's done, we walk out. That is my plan as far as it goes. Now the question is, who wants to come with me? Who even thinks that they should?
I mean, you only have the one ID.
No. We have 3 brand new employee IDs.
You only have one physical ID.
Oh, yeah, the physical one, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have the one physical, so, okay, I guess I'm it. So you're gonna give me some makeup advice, right?
So you're gonna pretend to be the guy that you kidnapped.
Didn't kidnap him.
Liberate.
There we go. It's all in the words.
I'm going to pretend to be an employee. I'm going to have several different fake IDs I can use to get in.
Okay.
And all that's required is for me to not give up the game, fit in, and sneak onto the bus in time.
Okay.
As long as I can sneak onto the bus, then I think it's good. So, interesting thing to note, I am an Oni, a special type of orc, with very bright blue obvious skin. I will be toning that down for this via disguise, amongst other disguise elements I'm going to be doing.
So who's gonna do the role for the disguise?
I will be asking Baya for assistance, and then I will be making the role.
So this could happen anywhere, right? You could be asking me for help anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So maybe meet me on the lot.
You could just phone in advice if you want. Or on the lot. 5. Very good. And I just wanted to double check that disguise is intuition based. I think it is.
I believe we
Are
talked
you
about it
trained-
before,
are
and
you-
it's opposed checks.
So I'll go ahead and make the actual roll.
I do also remember there being a rule about how long it lasts. Like, it can fall apart over time.
I hit my limit, 6. This is the best disguise I could possibly make.
Okay.
We're covering the skin, we're changing up the face a little bit to match the fake characteristics I put online. I've got the outfit kind of done up. I even got like a fake little badge and everything. It looks great.
Okay.
I am, for all intents and purposes, a loyal employee.
Yeah.
Fit me.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
You too.
What
Where'd
role
come
are
from?
you
Also
going to
weird one,
take?
though.
You're effectively, but you realize that when you're doing the different things, that Blitz is a refrigeration tech. 2 people are a matrix security person and a physical hardware tech. Which role are you going to take? When people ask you,
Physical hardware tech intern.
okay.
I have no salary. I'm paid in experience.
Okay then.
They love you here.
So now you did that. What's the next?
Next step is actually getting onto the bus. So, before the bus arrives, I will go ahead and try to slip into the underground. The goal is that, along the way, if there are cameras that might see me, I will use my editor power to just bypass the whole hacking routine, snap my image out of it, and just walk past.
Basically, it's a ramp that goes down to a one of those roll security doors, and there's cameras. There's 2 cameras. Actually, one camera is along the wall to check the plate on the bus. Another one is pointed at the driver.
Okay. I could probably just go ahead and make 2 rolls. Or rather, diffuse my successes to each camera, I think. So this is probably opposed by the camera's device rating, would be my instinct.
That'll
So
be
I'm gonna-
three for each.
I'll go ahead and I'll pop it up to a ring. Okay, so I get at least 3 successes along the way. And, it doesn't exhaust me. So that should hit at least 2 cameras, maybe a third if there's one.
You only see the 2. Now, you still have the roll door there.
Actually opening the door?
Yeah.
Oh. Didn't think about that one. Let's see. Oh, I just have employee ID. I could probably literally open it up and enter the building, couldn't I?
Well,
that might
it has to be the
suspicious.
right ID. That has to be the right ID.
Right.
Now,
didn't think ahead to that.
Trashboat, you were the one using the drone and saw the van going, right? Right? Yeah, when you saw it, nobody stepped out. So the van moved in and then opened up.
Actually, that's actually perfect. I could wait until it's rolling in. It'll open up. I walk in after it.
You would have to run in, but sure.
Okay, I might have to run a little bit, but I can
Just running
handle
late
the
for
running.
work.
Yeah.
Put a piece of toast in your mouth, they'll buy it.
So we got the cameras, we understand the timing now, and I just have to get down there, get onto the bus, and go to work. I have a briefcase.
Yeah, so there, like I said, 3 8-hour shifts. The bus departs with the employees, drops them off, picks up a new group of people, and comes up. So yeah, the bus, comes in. It's a shuttle bus, one of those, like an airport shuttle bus, but with painted black. And you hear, the rolling security door. Do a sneak or stealth for me, please.
Ooh, sneaking. Okay, yeah, because someone might have actual physical eyes on. This is agility-based. I rolled the best I possibly could. 3.
Yeah, with a 3, you manage to get in. You stick to the shadows and lay past before the shutter style security door.
The intern appears from the shadows.
And
Absolutely.
the garage is pretty dark here. I mean, it has a couple of lights around, several pillars, but it's just an empty garage. There might be a couple of vehicles, but it doesn't look like there's enough vehicles for the amount of people that should be living here.
Mhm.
Right? So it's very empty. So clearly the employees are not allowed to have vehicles. Security measure.
Of course.
They
They weren't even allowed to leave the premises.
Yeah, the van parks in by the elevator. They open it up. People get out. They're waiting by the elevator for the elevator to come down, and that's when they're doing the exchange. How are you going to do this?
With etiquette. Calm, natural, I belong here. Hey guys, how's it going? Morning. Yeah, new intern. What's up? I moved in last night. Nobody's. No.
I'll
introduce myself to you today.
This is gonna be your target. No, yeah. Roll anyway, just to see how well you do your edit.
Yeah. Okay.
You could glitch,
I could glitch.
but you did.
Almost did. Jeez, 3 1s.
Yeah.
But there we go. Yeah, I just charm people. Say hi. Hi. Name's Jefferson Anderson. Nice to meet you.
Double sin.
Yeah. I heard some, and they start talking. The people are coming out, and you notice among them is Lydia Gonzalez. So she's from another shift. Like they're not all people work from the same shift. And you pull her up. That's her. When she's out at night. That's not her dress right now.
It's a reference image.
That's one of the ones we researched earlier, wasn't
Yeah, she's one of the ones, the employees, and she's like, "Oh my god, did you hear about Blitz?
it? Oh my god.
Like, what about?"
No, who is Blitz?
Yeah, I heard there was some commotion about him. But then, when I asked around, they said, "No, nothing's wrong, blah blah blah," and a security issue. But I heard gunfire last night. That wasn't some loud TV. Somebody was shooting downstairs,
Wait,
and there's another
here.
employee go like,
They said this was a
Come
safe
on.
neighborhood. No, that's
Come
not.
on.
That can't be true.
they would have locked down the entire building. That was the case.